I just got to say how excited I am that you all are launching this campaign. We are heading into a tax fight, and that means it is more important than ever for the voices of working people and of families to be heard. I love the name of this effort, Families Over Billionaires. I think the contrast message is powerfully important. Republicans' top legislative priority is tax cuts for their billionaire donors. And they don't care if that means that working people get the short end of the stick. We need great people like you out there helping us send that message and showing that Democrats are fighting for American families. The tax fight is going to be one of the biggest fights in Congress this year. Why? Well, think of it this way. Back in 2017, Donald Trump signed his only major legislative achievement. It was a $2 trillion tax cut, sucked up mostly by millionaires, billionaires, and giant corporations. Last time around, we didn't stop them. They got it all the way through, but we held together and we made Republicans pay for those giveaways. Every Democrat voted no. And when Donald Trump signed that 2017 tax bill, it was literally his lowest approval rating in his entire first term. The only time it got that low again was on January 6th, 2020. So we have to think of it about how unpopular those tax cuts can be and how in that case in 2017, it fueled our efforts in the 2018 election and in the 2020 election. So that brings us to today. In 2025, many of those tax cuts will expire. Keep in mind that in order to keep the bill down to only $2 trillion, they made the tax cuts. A lot of them are just 8-year tax cuts, and this is the year that they will expire. So what we do next will determine the kind of country we're going to be. Are we the kind of country that just invests in billionaires and gives them the tax breaks they want again? They get another bite at the apple. Or are we the kind of country that invests in housing and childcare and paid leave for working people? This is truly the either or choice on the table. Just based on the options that the Republicans have already thrown around, we know that their tax plan will have hardworking Americans footing the bill for the wealthy. Now, Republicans in Congress plan to pay for the tax cuts for billionaires by cutting the programs that families rely on, like programs that help elderly people stay in nursing homes and programs that feed hot lunches to our kids. Working people and families all across this country need a tax code that works, not just for those at the top, but a tax code that works for them. And we need hardworking people like you to help us get this done. So I want to say it again. The road ahead is going to be tough. And there are going to be two things that are going to be tough about it. One is we are in flood the zone. I literally am coming to you. I just was on The View. And the last question I got was, so why are they doing all this stuff? Nominating all these people and putting out all these executive orders and it's just crazy, and trying to fire the federal workforce. What's going on here? And I said, lots of chaos, but understand, at the end of the day, I don't think Donald Trump cares a lot about whether the Secretary of HHS ends the vaccine program in the United States or not. Not going to affect him. All of this is ultimately hoping we will lose focus and not notice the big fight barreling down on us. And that's the fight over whether our tax code is one that hands out another round of cuts to billionaires or one that says enough, those guys have to pay a fair share. And we're going to use some of that to help invest in working families. It's going to be tough to have focus and understand Not only are the Republicans not going to give up easy, the billionaires are not going to give up easy on this. But I know that if we fight this one together, we can make a difference. We can fight back. We can move the needle on an economy that puts working families first. And there's nobody I'd rather have as a partner in this fight than all of you. So thank you. Let's be in this fight and let's make sure that the American people understand the choices that are being made. We have to be the people who stand up for those working people all across this country. So thank you all.